Oh, this is Owen Brown, and
I'm Steve Brown, and this is
our third
third episode of the Father Son No Name podcast.
Currently, yes.
Currently, we have no name.
We have no name.
Oh, you theater people get that. I have no name. All I have, and now I have no name. No, I don't even know if it's like that. Anyway. Today is, for those of you that don't know, I am Steve Brown, and I am a veteran, still a professional fighter, haven't retired yet, mixed martial arts, and I love America. How about you? What do you do? What's your thing?
Well, my thing is just going to school, and wrestling is my life.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. Starting off with the 3 questions. We were going to do 3 and 3 questions today. Actually, we did a 50 minute video yesterday.
Yeah, 50 minutes.
So we did a 50-minute video, and we tried to upload it to Facebook, and
it crashed.
And then we tried to play the video on our phone, and it was corrupted. So it was kind of weird.
But we'll get to the 3 questions real soon.
Yeah, and it might be more than 3 because we might go a little bit over on this one. I'm going to try not to say As you guys know from last episodes, I've been trying to get my voice down.
Right.
And today, Owen has his first question. He's going to kick this off.
Okay. So let's start with a little bit of lightheartedness. So,
okay.
What was the 80s music? And how was it different from today's rap music?
Rap versus rap? So like 80s, 90s rap? Because 80s rap was...
Okay, 80s, 90s versus, 2020.
There's a lot less... How do I say it without being...
Well, there's more stories.
Well, yeah, everybody had a story and it was unique to their life or unique to their friend's life and you didn't know it. But this was all before the hip-hop police. Hip-hop police were like listening in, and if you said something about a crime, they were coming to get you. But, now it's not so much like that. Everybody raps about like money and girls and clothes and cars. And you don't have guys that are like, if you have, Mathematics. Mm-hmm. That's a song. Listen to Mathematics, right? Google Mathematics and listen to that song. And then, listen to some of the older stuff and you can hear like their struggle. Now, that was really interesting because it was like listening to, instead of having to read a book or something, we can throw on some Pac and listen to his struggle and how he sees the world. Nowadays, there are very few and far between rappers that actually do that. I mean, Lil Boosie still stayed true to his style and his game. Mm-hmm. He's one of the few. You got Lil Wayne, right? He's one of the few that are good. Eminem is still, obviously the greatest right now, alive. The greatest alive. There's Jay-Z, but he hasn't put out anything. And I don't know if, like, people would even vibe with him anymore. Mm-hmm. And you got, like, these mumble rapper guys that are like... And I'm just like, we had guys that said some things, and they did their grunts and stuff. It was like, na-na-na-na. That was like Master P and Little John. What? Yeah. So, I mean... There was just so many different, like, it was a lot more unique and it wasn't commercialized as much. But then again, there's still underground rappers now. Right. So there's still guys out there that are underground that are coming out. I just don't have my finger on the pulse like I used to because I'm just not really, I'm not listening to that anymore. You know what I mean? I've that's,
You changed.
Yeah, I changed a lot.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah. So, are you going to prom?
Well, it's mandatory. I don't have a choice.
So that's a yes.
So that's a yes.
What are you gonna wear? Like a suit or a tuxedo?
Okay. I'm a big fan of Peaky Blinders, how they dress. So I want to dress like a Peaky Blinder.
He wants the vest
I want the vest.
and the hat.
Yes, and the hat.
Oh,
with
this
the
boy.
pants and everything.
This boy.
You gotta look good.
Peaky and Blinders. We're gonna try and keep it PG. We don't want to give anybody a reason, right?
Right.
So you're going to prom. Are you going stag? Are you going with the homies? What are you doing? Are you going with a girl?
I'm going with the homies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's really legit.
They're all track people, so track and football.
Okay. All right. You plan on doing any partying?
No, I don't. I don't.
Well, why not?
Well, I know. Well, it's because it's a way into drugs and peer pressure, especially when it comes to drinking. I don't want to get into that or get anywhere close to it because I don't want to hurt my athletics.
Ooh, okay. But you do understand that if you do drink or do any type of drugs, that you can call me and I will come get you at any time and take care of you because I love you.
Right.
Okay.
I understand that.
No judgment
Mhm.
because, I lived a heathen life.
Right.
Because I don't lie. That's the thing. Parents, I know it's hard to not lie to your kids. We got to look at their perspective too. They're little people. They're watching. Anyway,
Yes,
back to back. back to the basics. It's your turn to hit off a question. Wait. No, it's your turn to hit off a question.
You sure?
I'll leave mine next. I'll reserve the. See, I always end up hooking that.
That's fine. You're used to it.
What? Okay. We got stand up tonight too. Ooh.
Okay, oh wait, my question to you.
Yeah, it's your question.
Okay, let me think for a second. I had a good one. Okay. Where do you think? Okay, I know that you used to be a Democrat. And then now you're
politics.
neutral. Yes.
Oh, you're going like
just a little bit.
the one thing everybody hates.
They want to hear how you became neutral and you just saw the good in both sides and the bad in both sides and everything that comes with it.
I'm a history guy. I love history. I love history. A long time ago, my father said, and when I say my father, I mean Ed Brown. He said, you should know your history. And I was like, it's history. Why do I care about it? It's in the past. And he said, well, if you don't learn, you're just going to repeat what people have done before you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to learn from what's happened before you. And if you can't, then you're doomed to repeat it, and it gets pretty bad. Mm-hmm. Being that I've been so privileged to live here in America, and I have stories of your great-grandmother, her family coming, and grandfather across oceans, Irish, German, Italian, Assyrians, Sicilians. It's just a mix that make us, right? So for me to have a perspective of someone that's going to be one side or the other, I can't, because if we all lean one way, bad things happen. Mm-hmm. This isn't in history. And to think we are different from that is very scary to me. So I can't choose one side or the other fully because I'm an American and I got to accept both sides because I live here and I love the freedoms that we have of free speech, the right to bear arms, and on down the line. But I see that it's like being slowly like taken away. And I don't want one side or the other to take it, right? And we have to be careful because they're really, to me, they're on the same team. Like, yeah, on television, they're fighting. But You
really,
know,
they're going to the same parties.
they're in the same room. They shake each other's hand and say hello. How the kid? It's like WWE to me.
It's entertainment, you say.
It's
Entertainment.
it's not entertainment because it's not fun.
It is.
This isn't fun. Having to pay millions of dollars for a proxy war that isn't ours is not fun. Having to spend tax dollars for something else is not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Having other countries attack us through social media, through our television, paid because they're allowed to come in and pay. It's not fun. It's scary to me because we have other countries that are pushing agendas, and that's propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have people that are paid a lot of money to help push this that are Americans. You're traitors for doing that. Now, Democrat, Republican, listen, I see both sides, right? I'm in the middle because we can't be fighting all the time. Because if we're fighting each other, then the wolves are going to come in and attack us all because we're not protecting, we're fighting. We're not protecting our land, we're not protecting our resources, we're not protecting our people, we're not protecting our children.
Or your culture.
Culture is mixed here, and that's what I love about it. I love the fact that I can go down the street and eat Greek food, or I can go eat a Mexican food, or I can go eat Guatemalan spot, or I can go, to eat some barbecue, or I can go eat some Chinese or some American food. That's freaking awesome. I love that. I'm a foodie. You know this.
Yeah, I know you're a food.
Right? So me being Republican or Democrat, I can't do it. My wife is a Republican. She's a Trump supporter. Mm-hmm. Me, I was a Kennedy-style Democrat. Now, I believe in a lot of the social systems that we have are good for our whole country, right? Because we are helping people that come here get on their feet so they can create businesses to help our country thrive. Whether they send money back to take care of their family is their business, but we still need to make sure that we do things the right way and we tax the right way because we are getting robbed too, right? I don't agree with any drugs being brought into the country on any borders. I think that if we're gonna have drug systems, given the Democrat places have their drug system set up, make your money.
Right.
Make your money doing that. If you have manufacturing in those states, they can do whatever they want there. It's controlled. We don't have to worry about it coming through the border because we've legalized it. We're making money off our own stuff.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there because...
I'm not done yet, but okay, I got you.
My turn.
Okay. All right. So my question here is, what do you think about premarital relations?
For me personally, I don't think... I agree with... No, I don't agree with premarital relations, but I do agree with marital relations.
Okay. So why don't you agree with premarital relations?
Because I think that there is a bond between people whenever it's their, well, not their first relationship, but their serious relationship, their first serious relationship with each other.
Okay, well...
Like...
Explain. What do you mean by serious?
Well, what I mean serious is...
Dating a couple weeks?
No, not...
Getting it in? What? I'm telling you, I was trying to get it in when I was a teenager. I was trying to hump everything, just for the record. Dude, I was fucking getting it, boy. Dude, if it was a couch and there was a hole in it, I was trying to get to the hole. Kind of like a running back. Go to the hole! Go to the hole! Didn't matter, dude. Anyway.
But I would say that having sex before you're married... Relations, that's fine. I could say it either way. But I would say that it shouldn't happen. Well, for me, it wouldn't happen before I get married because I don't want to lose out on experience and...
Like a special experience with someone? That's what you're trying to say?
A special experience that you can keep.
With someone?
With someone.
Forever. Okay.
Because
I get what you're saying.
If you can't keep... I'm sweating a little bit.
I know. You're in the spot now. I know. It's okay. I had to do it.
I would say that I would like to have my relationship as special as possible.
Okay.
And it's a lack in our society today. And that's what makes it special the most.
Okay. Because everyone else is giving it up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, well, that's some deep stuff. All right, your turn.
My turn. Okay. I would say.
That's a question? What would you say?
I would say a lot of things. My biggest question would be, what was the hardest thing you had to do as a single parent?
Oh, man.
I know, it's a hard question.
You know, I think when you enjoy what you do, it doesn't make it that hard, right? So, like, I enjoyed raising you,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I made a lot of mistakes. Lord knows I made a lot of mistakes, but raising you, you know, I wasn't perfect. People are sit there, oh, Owen's so good, this, that, and the other. Yeah, he's so good because, you know, I did raise him, but also because I was so honest, and like, it was one of those, I didn't shelter him much. I'm a military guy, so I don't baby. So I think the hardest thing was probably showing affection as a man. But we had a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Kylo Ren. I miss you. I cried for 3 days over you, and I love you very much. And I know he's buried right underneath our lemon tree now that we put there. So, like, it's hard for me to be affectionate. And, like, you know, I wasn't like the Mr. Hugger all the time, but I tried to hug you. Right? As much as I could. And I think, you know, Madison stepped in on that role. It was, for a while there, I had to play, like, a nurturing role. And, you know, I'm not a nurturing guy. I'm a rough guy. You know, I'm a you know, put some dirt on it. Let's go. You know.
Wait. You're making yourself look bad here. So let me add a little bit of context. Like, I knew the love because I knew how much you worked. You didn't lie to me about how much you worked, and that made me proud of you. And when I know that you still woke up in the morning, brought me to school, made breakfast, and made time for me during lunch, that was enough for me to know that you love me. And there was no denying that because I knew what was going on.
Well, you know, we were put in a particular situation, which is just faked. And I did what I was supposed to do. As a man, I was supposed to raise you to become a man. And you are doing a fantastic job of doing that yourself. And I'm very proud that you're able to navigate through these murky waters. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm walking around and I'm like, I can't believe my son is being raised in the society, and he's walking around going, what the heck is going on with society? And I'm like, well, maybe, you know, I didn't do such a bad job. I think, like I said, I wanted to make sure that I was always honest with you, and that you know, you knew when things were struggling. So I didn't keep anything from you, and I still don't. Like, when you know what's up, you know what's up. Like, we went through a season just recently, and it was a tough season, and by God's grace, we're now moving up a little bit in this season, and you know, and we're doing a podcast together, and a lot of things bad happened after Kylo died.
And the thing is, the reason why I made this podcast is so that we could spend more time with each other. I mean, it's better. It's better when we talk instead of watching like shows all day.
Oh yeah, and you know, we've always talked about like some of our conversations that we're sitting in the living room after we get done, and you look at me and you go like, everybody needs to hear this,
Right.
and I'm like, dude, nobody wants to hear this from me. And he's like, I want to hear it, so I'm sure somebody else does. And I'm just like, okay, well, I can't sit there and say he's not somebody, because even though he's, you know, you love me and I'm your dad, you're like one of the most intelligent kids I know. And that's not, I mean, I think that's thank you to some of the ESU teachers.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were able to get them inside classes and places that other kids usually can't go to learn things that normal kids don't get to learn.
How our brains work.
Oh, yeah. A lot about public relations. So that's one thing we haven't talked about. And I know that people might want to know, right?
I'll ask you about it next podcast, and that's going to be our topic next time.
Really? Well, I think, you know, we can still, I mean, how much time we got? We probably got, what, 20 minutes? 25 minutes?
Well, I wanted you to ask your question to me, and then we're going to talk about that afterwards. Is that fine?
That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So my question to you, another one? Do I have three?
Yeah, you have 3.
This is the third one right here?
Yeah, this is the third one.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure about that.
All right. Out of all the food that I cook, what is the one you like the most? The meal that I cook that you like the most?
Steak. I don't care about anything else. Steak.
That's his favorite food.
Yeah, steak.
Okay, steak. Now, how do you like your steak? Well, how do you, okay, how do you
Medium-
take, wait. How do you take your steak during wrestling season?
Dry.
Dry? You mean done? You said dry.
I mean, I just know what it tastes like.
No
It's
fun during wrestling season.
I said it tastes dry. My favorite is when you put butter and garlic on that thing and it gets crispy. Woo, that does taste awesome.
Yeah, I could throw down some stuff. I can throw down on some meals, but I'm no Gordon Ramsay. But that's how I learned that trick, though, watching him. Thank you, Gordon. Shout out to Gordon. Rosemary, garlic, butter. Bam. Baste.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, now what did you want to talk about next?
Communication and how we learned how to communicate.
Oh, that's a big one.
I know that's a big one. I want to keep it for next time.
Well, no, we can use it in this one. We can round it off here. Well, no, because this is part of what we want to do with other people to kind of have be able to. One reason why we keep this as PG as possible is because we want parents and kids to be able to sit down. They're adolescent, a little bit older, not adolescent kids, teenage kids that can sit down and talk about stuff right wide open.
Okay.
And
then let's start on it then.
All right.
So when did we start to communicate more? And from those communication classes, what have you learned?
Well, I've always had a communication style or an open style communication naturally, because I come from a family that is very very rooted in trusting. Was very rooted in trusting one another, and you didn't lie. And as long as you didn't lie, then it was good.
Right.
If you started to lie, then it just got worse for you. And that's kind of what I went by. So with communication, I would just ask questions, because there's this epidemic of being lazy as a parent that we get on our phones, and we just forget. We think like, oh, they're just a nuisance, right? Oh, when you're coming up, hey dad, can we play? Oh yeah, maybe later.
Yeah, maybe later.
I'm on my phone. Yeah, get out of here, dude. I'm playing video games, I ended up doing some of that. I ended up being that guy at one point, and then you know, when you have family members that are close to you
Mhm.
and they pass away, it really starts to put things in perspective. Because I can always press pause on the video game, right? Or I can always save it. I can always come back to that article or that video on YouTube, but I can't get this time back.
Mhm.
And once I started thinking that way, man, that made my whole perspective change. And I was just like, you know what? Let me press pause. Hang on. Let's talk. What's going on? Even if it's a stupid question, and sometimes there is no such, they say there's no such thing as a stupid question.
But there are.
That's a lie. There's a lot of dumb questions. Listen, your dumb question is going to get a dumb answer.
Mhm.
Don't be offended. Just
accept
laugh it off.
Just accept
Just accept it, you know. And
There's no harm.
No harm. And it's good to laugh. Everybody's going to be embarrassed. And you got to think, man, kids get embarrassed easily. You know, and that's one thing I would do to you too, is like I would tell you in the store, like we see somebody acting up.
Wait, let me do it.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'll see somebody acting up, and then I look at my dad and go, I'm glad I don't act like him. And I start counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we know what that means.
Yep. So it's like we've had these when he was younger. There were instances where I would take him to the bathroom and he would get a spanking if he was acting up. Him and his sister both.
Mhm.
And
Burger King.
people look at me like I was, especially here in the States, because, you know, in Japan, they'll slap their kids right in the face.
Mhm.
I was just like, what? As soon as I got off the plane from the military at the airport, we were walking through the airport, and this dad turns and grabs his daughter and smacks her like she was a hoe on the corner. And I was just like, what? And the petty officer that was taking me to the base said, do not even bother looking at that. That is not your business. Eyes forward, let's go. And I just kept walking. And you know, as a
You're not
man, you
supposed
want
to smack.
Yeah, you don't smack kids in the face,
You
man.
whoop them.
You spank them on their ass, bottom. Sorry, I said, yeah. You spank them on their butt. One hand slap, open hand, or you need to get a belt. You know, I don't agree with it. I don't
Never
agree.
got that
You never
far.
got the belt. You never got the belt.
I didn't.
But
do-
I mean,
I almost lit a propane tank and blew it up.
oh yeah, I lit your ass up on that day. Excuse my language, kids. I'm sorry.
It's fine. You're the parent.
I lit him up. Boy, you got lit up, boy.
Oh yeah, I do understand. Not to mess with matches near propane tanks, as a matter of fact.
Ooh, trying to blow up Grandpa's house. Shoot.
Grandpa, and you told me not to play with those matches, and
Yes,
that's
I
what
did.
made it worse. I didn't listen, but hey, I
Listen.
needed that.
Listen,
because I was testing you.
One thing I do, yeah, see? The mouth of babes. I'm telling you. Listen, you have to discipline your kids. If you are raising babies right now, spank them. You have to. I've been in the classes with the moms and the communication moms saying, I don't spank my kids. Well, I saw your kids in public, and baby, maybe you should. You know, I'm telling y'all, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Mhm.
Do ass whoopings. Bring ass whoopings back again. Make them popular.
Well, I wouldn't say bell.
I mean spankings. I mean spankings. I don't mean like don't go out and like
No.
don't go out 3-piece, you know, and a soda your kid.
No.
You know, we're not trying to do street Jesus, you know, stuff. 3-piece and a soda. No, we ain't you know, go out there and be like, I told you to put that bottle down. No. We ain't laying out toddlers and stuff. Don't go and do that. We're not saying that. But, you know, you got to swat a hand sometimes, you know, with toddlers. You can't go too far because they'll understand.
And then you just have to start counting.
Make it
That's
sound
it.
loud. Make some loud noises. Do it again. I'm going to split your ass. They're like, ah. That's all you got to do. Intimidation, baby. Intimidation. right? Intimidation, and you have to spank them. Maybe you got to spank them once or twice, and then after that, just intimidate. You want to know spanking?
And
They'll remember it.
Hey, most important part is to explain why you did something wrong.
That is one thing that I left out. That is the most important part.
The most important part that you cannot forget.
Which was worse? Was it the spanking or the explanation that was worse for you?
The explanation. Because
Why?
it was so stupid. I could have just put the plate down, didn't eat the rest of the food.
Oh,
when
yeah.
I was cooking on it.
This kid. Oh.
Okay, we'll leave that story for later.
That's a great story, dude. I couldn't believe you did that
but-
shit. Woo!
But the point is to explain what happened in the end, to explain what you did.
Oh.
Because
You got to sit down and you got to talk. And you got to talk. You can't scream.
you gotta say.
You got to say, listen.
I asked what that word means or what it means, and you had to explain it to me in a further detail. It was a little.
Yeah,
little bit
and
like,
sometimes, sometimes there were some, like, I was in the wrong type of things, There were times that and we might have a story of that.
And you listened to me, and that was the best part.
Well, I really don't think that people that make mistakes should always have to, my mistakes should be forgiven, but malicious intent should not.
Mm-hmm.
And, you never did anything out of intent. And or malicious in that period. You were just curious and, you were testing the waters. And then you learn and you go out of these waters, the shark's going to bite your butt. And that's what happened, But I think it made you realize that even in society, sooner or later, you going in the waters, the sharks are going to get you.
Right.
And it don't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are. See, my country coming out, boy. My country twang coming out, boy. I'll tell you what. It don't matter who the hell you are. We come and get you. We come out there and we gonna light that ass up, boy. Woo-wee. Yeah, I do. I do have a few voices.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it was really important for us to have that communication afterward to talk about how we weren't going to do that again and how it was dangerous sometimes. Like, there were times where,
then I'll ask a stupid question and then we laugh at it.
Yeah, and then we're all good. And that's the thing is, like, and then the only time I bring stuff up is when we're joking around, right? And I'll be like, remember when you did this? And they'll be like, yeah, I'll laugh it off. But I don't ever bring it up in anger. So I'm not like, I remember when you did this. I don't do that stuff. I'm more or less like,
You did it before. Is it the same thing? Can you explain it to me?
Yeah,
What's going on?
What's up? How can we... And then if he comes to me with a problem, like, that's the other thing is, like, I've kept this open style relationship kind of with him because I'm a father and I have to still keep boundaries. We have to have healthy boundaries and we have to have rules.
Right.
And you have to have chores because, that's what life is. Until we make it all the way, we have certain sets of things that we have to conduct to get the day through the day and increase our wealth and profit and health and everything.
Right.
So with that being said, I think I'm done.
Me too. I don't have anything else.
I need to get a workout in, and I don't even know if we're gonna have time. What time is it? 9?
Yeah.
It's probably like 9 o'clock at night.
If it's 9, I have to go to sleep and go to school.
Good thing I worked out earlier.
I already worked out too, and this would be a good rest day for me.
It's not.
I don't
Okay.
think
We
it's
can
time
take Tuesday off.
Tuesday off?
We can take Tuesday night off. We'll take tonight off because we got it a little late.
That's fine.
But
tomorrow we're gonna.
I can't. I gotta go. I'm out.
Okay, I'll do jump.
But I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon we'll do our thing tomorrow afternoon. And if you're after wrestling,
Yeah.
are you gonna have a video up tomorrow?
I
Yes?
think I could do my best with the camera right there and do it myself.
I mean, we can do it after. I'll come back in the evening.
Okay.
I just won't be here for the
I was
morning.
just gonna show how to do neck stretches and all that.
Oh, I won't be here for the morning exercises or anything like that. I'm not even gonna work out tomorrow morning.
Wait. always do your the hanging,
My stretches
your
and stuff.
hanging and all of that.
Yeah,
and
I always
stretches.
do that stuff, but I'm not going to work out.
Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna be all over the place tomorrow.
Don't forget, we're still doing a podcast.
Tomorrow.
No, right now.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember. We haven't said bye yet.
We haven't, so we should
We
say
were
bye.
we were kind of rambling there,
Yeah,
weren't we?
we
Yeah,
were.
we're rambling there. Yeah. Now you guys know what I'm doing tomorrow. Or will I post this
You'll
tonight?
post this tomorrow, I think. Like at a good
Maybe.
time. 6 p.m.?
I don't know.
Mm,
Or maybe I'll
3
post
p.m.
it now because it's easy to get on there.
Well, other than that, that was episode 3 completed.
And we'll have episode 4. And actually, episode 4, we're going to talk about death.
Oh, interesting. All right,
Yeah.
see you later.
Bye.
Bye.